Start with my 9-piece first aid kit. Our bus does not have fuses, it has circuit breakers. Next we have our fire extinguisher. It is securely attached, the pin is in, it's fully charged, and it's been inspected. We have our 3 reflective triangles here along with our 3 flares there. My seat belt does not have any frays or tears. It's securely attached. It locks securely and it's secured to the floor. I'm going to do my safe start. The bus is in neutral. Parking brake is applied. My water pressure is at 140, good range. My oil pressure is at 38 and rising, good range. My volts are at 15, good range. And my air brakes are charging. They're currently at 120. We're looking at over 120 for good range in our air pressure. Our lights, my parking brake light is on, my back dash is lit, and my high beams are working. My 4-way flashes are working on the dash and on the monitor. My left turn signal is working on the dash and on the monitor. And my right turn signal is working on the dash and on the monitor. My dome light, my strobe light is on. My ambers are working on the dash and on the monitor. My reds are working on the dash and on the monitor. My 4-way stop has extended and the lights are working on the front and back. My driver's side dome light is working. It's secure, there's no cracks, it's in good condition. My student dome lights are working, there's no cracks, they're secured, and they're also in good condition. My rear heater is working on high and low. My midship heater is working on high and low. My stairwell heater is working on high and low. And my driver defrost is working on high and low. My left fan is working on high and low, and my right fan is working on high and low. My horn is working. My mirrors, my student mirror is located here. It's my review mirror. The seals are good. There's no cracks in the mirror. I can see the students directly behind me, along with the students at the end of the bus near my emergency exit. My crossover mirrors in the front of the bus are aligned for me. I can see the front bumper all the way to the ground, including the left and right tires touching the ground, around the bumper to the stairwell on both sides of the bus. On my convex mirrors, I can see alongside of the bus, extending out 32 feet or the next lane over, including the left and rear tires touching the ground. On my flat mirrors, I can see 12 feet alongside of the bus, including the left and right tires touching the ground, extending 200 feet behind the bus. On my window, my windshield is clear and clean. The seals are in good condition. We're allowed 2 stickers on the bus, our park pass and our state inspection sticker.
Mac pass. You said park.
Our MAC pass and our state inspection sticker. My windshield wipers are working. They're free of cracks. They are secure. brake. My service brake is working. The bus did not veer left or right. The bus stopped, and my ABS indicator light did not come on. I'm going to do my air brake test. I'm going to wait for my air brakes to recharge. We're at about 119. Fully charged. After the first initial drop in pressure, we shouldn't see any more than 3 pounds lost in 1 minute. Timing.
Time's up.
We did not lose over 3 pounds in 1 minute. Family brake. At 60, the red lights and alarm should sound. And at 30, the brakes will reapply. Working. The brakes have applied. We're going to recharge our brakes. And then for my lights, Kathy, I'm turning it all the way to the left, right?
Nope.
All the way to the right?
Aux.
Lights are on. Okay.
Now you have to make sure your actual lights are off for the cheater switch to work.
Gotcha. Okay. Cheater switch is not working. Doing our light check. My stairwell light is working. It's secure and in good condition, as well as my outside clear. I'm going to walk to the front of my bus. Make sure I don't have any puddles underneath the bus that would indicate that there's a leak, and make sure that the bus is level. I'm going to check my lights. I've got 3 amber clearance lights on the top of the bus. I want to make sure that they're clean, clear, and secure and in good condition, along with my school bus reflector sign, making sure that it is adhered, there's no tears, that it's in good condition. I have my 2 student reds on the outside that are clean, clear, and in good condition with no cracks. I have my 2 student ambers that are also clean, clear, with no cracks and secure. On the outside, I have my 2 amber parking lights. They're in good condition and working. On the inside middle, I have my 2 amber hazard and turn signals. They are working in good condition. And on the inside, we have our headlights. High beams and lows are working. All the lights are free of cracks or damage and in good condition. I have my student stop sign. I want to make sure that the pin is secure, that the cable is good, there's no frays in the cable, the hinges are working, and that it's in good condition. Checking this side of the bus, I want to make sure that my strobe light is on. My 3 clearance lights across the top, 2 amber and 1 red, are all working and in good condition. I also want to check my emergency exit reflective tape to make sure that it is secure. It's all there and in good condition. My turn signal amber is working on the side of the bus. There's no damage. It's in good condition, along with my reflective body reflective tape down the middle of the bus, making sure there's no tears and it's in good condition. I also have 3 round reflectors. I have 2 amber and 1 red. They are secure and in good condition. I would check the other side the same way that I checked this side. At the back of the bus, we have our 3 red clearance lights at the top. They are secure, no cracks or damage, and they're in good condition. In the middle, we have our school bus reflector sticker. It's free of any tears and secure to the bus. It's in good condition. On the outside, we have our 2 student reds. There's no damage. They're secure, working in good condition. On the inside, we have our 2 ambers. They're secure, no cracks or damage, and they are also in good condition. On the outside, we have our 2 ambers. They are our turn signal and our hazards. They're clear, free of any damage, no cracks, and in good condition. In the middle, we have our 4 reds, parking and brakes. They are in good condition, free of any damage, and secure. We also have on the inside, our clear reverse lights. They are secure, free of cracks, and in good condition. Our 2 red reflectors are on the back, our rounds. They're in good condition and secure to the bus. On the outside frame of the bus, we have our reflective tape along with around the emergency exit. We want to make sure that there's no cracks or damage and it's secure and in good condition. And I did say I would check that side the same as this side. So.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, here I'm going to check the alternator, making sure that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks, and it's securely fastened, and the alternator is belt driven. I'm also going to check my water pump to make sure that it's clean, clear with no track, or my water pump doesn't have any cracks, dents, or leaks. It's secure, and there's no damage. It is also belt driven. I'm going to check my belt to make sure there's no frays or tears in the belt, and that we don't have any more than 3/4 inch play in the belt. I'm also going to list for any air leaks that we may have, or look for any leaks, and I would check all of my hoses. On this side, I'm going to check the oil, make sure that it is above the add and below the max. I'm going to make sure that there's no leaks and that it is securely fastened. On our coolant, I'm going to check to make sure that it's securely fastened, that the lid is on tight, that we're between the low and the max, and that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks. I'm also going to check the air compressor to make sure there's no cracks, dents, or leaks in the air compressor. It is gear driven. I'm going to check our power steering to make sure that the lid is securely attached, that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks. We're between the add and the max, and this is also gear driven. I'm going to check our steering column to make sure that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks in the steering column. There's no sway, and it's securely fastened. From there, we're going to go to our steering box. We want to make sure that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks. It's securely fastened with no missing bolts. Next, we're going down to our pitman arm. We want to make sure there's no cracks, dents, or leaks. It's securely fastened. We have the cotter pin and the castle nut that we want to make sure are in place. Next is our linkage. We want to make sure that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks in the linkage, and that there's no damage. And also the other side has its castle nut and its cotter pin and its castle nut. Next, we're going to go to our shock. We want to make sure there's no cracks, dents, or leaks, and it's securely fastened in good condition. Our spring arms also, we have front and back spring arms. We want to make sure that they are securely fastened. There's no missing bolts, cracks, or dents in the spring mounts. Our linkage is located here. We want to make sure that there's no additional sway in the linkage, there's no cracks or dents, no damage, and that the U-bolts are in place, secure and in good condition. Next, we're going to go to our brake chamber. We want to make sure there's no cracks, dents, or leaks in the brake chamber. It's securely fastened. All the bolts are in place. We're going to check the push rod and the slack adjuster to make sure that when the brakes are applied, there's no more than a 90-degree angle when the brakes are applied. It's secure and in good condition. Next, we're going to, if we could see past our rot guard, we're going to check our brake drums to make sure there's no excessive wear, no cracks or damage to the brake drum, and it's in good condition, along with our brake linings, making sure there's no additional wear on the brake linings. They're wearing evenly. There's no cracks or dents, no debris, and in good condition. Next, we're going to check our front tires. We want to make sure that there's at least 2 30-seconds of tread on the front tires, and we can't have any retreads. We want to make sure that we don't see any cracks or any bulging or any excessive wear on the tires. We're going to check our air pressure with the valve stem. We want to make sure that it's secure. We don't hear any leaks from the valve stem, and the cap is on. We're also going to check our wheels to make sure that there's no welds on the wheel. We don't see any cracks or dents, and it's in good condition. Our lug nuts are in place. There's no missing lug nuts. There's no rust trails or silver shavings that would indicate that we have any loose bolts. We're going to check our axle seal to make sure that we don't see any leaks, cracks, or dents. The bolts are in place and it's secure and in good condition. I would check the other side the same way that I checked this side. We want to check our...
These are rims.
We want to check our mud flaps to make sure that there's no tears or cracks in the mud flaps and they are securely attached. Under the bus, we have our exhaust that runs from front to back. We want to make sure that the hangers are in place. We don't see any residue coming from the exhaust that would indicate that we have a leak. There's no cracks or dents. It's free and clear of any debris and in good condition. We also have our drive shaft. Our drive shaft runs from front to back. We want to make sure that there's no cracks, dents, or leaks. It's securely mounted and there's no debris. It's in good condition. On our frames, there's 2 frames running longitudinal from the front to the back. We want to make sure that there's no welds. It's securely fastened and it's in good condition. From there, we have our cross mounts. Our cross mounts run the other direction. We want to make sure that they are secure. There's no debris and they're in good condition. That holds the floor up. We want to make sure there aren't any tears in the floor holes and that the floor is in good condition. We have our luggage racks. We want to make sure that the hinges on the luggage racks are working properly, that it opens and closes easily, and that it secure locks. Here we're going to check our brake chamber. We can see the brake chamber from here. We want to make sure there's no cracks, dents, or leaks in the brake chamber and that it's securely fastened. The push rod and slack adjuster, again, when the brakes are applied, shouldn't be more than a 90-degree angle. Our spring mounts are located here. We want to make sure there's no cracks, dents. They're securely mounted along with the leaf springs, making sure there's no additional sway and that they're in good condition and securely mounted. We're going to check our back tires to make sure that we have at least 2 30-seconds tread on the back tires. There's no additional wear or tear on the back tires and they're wearing evenly. We also, because this is dual axle, we have bud spacing here between the tires. We want to make sure that the spacing is even, there's no debris, and that we've checked that as well. On our tires, to check our pressure, we're going to check our valve stem and make sure that the valve stem is not leaking, the cap is secure. And on our rims, we want to make sure that there's no welds on the rims, no cracks or dents, in good condition, along with our lug nuts, making sure there's no rust trails or silver shavings that may indicate that we have a loose lug nut. On our back axles, we want to check those the same as the front to make sure there's no leaks, cracks, or damage. All the bolts are in place and they're in good condition. We would check our back mud flap the same as we check the front, making sure there's no cracks and it's securely fastened. From back here, we can see our airbags. We want to make sure that our airbags are fully inflated. There's no leaks, cracks, and they're securely mounted. I can see my shock from here also. I want to make sure that the shock is in good condition. It's securely fastened. There's no cracks, dents, or leaks. The torque arm, we need to check also to make sure there's no additional sway in the torque arm. It's securely fastened and in good condition. At the back of the bus, we're going to check our emergency exit to make sure that the seals are in place. There's no cracks in the glass. There's no damage to the glass. That our handle works appropriately. It opens freely. The alarm is working. Our locking mechanism is working correctly. We're going to check the seals inside also, the glass and the handle inside to make sure that it's operating correctly as well. And that it securely latches. This is where we're going to fuel the bus. We want to make sure that the cap is securely attached. We don't have any leaks, no cracks or damage. The hinges are working properly and it securely latches. Here we have our fuel tank. We want to make sure that there's no cracks or dents in the fuel tank, that we can't smell any fuel, and that our fuel cage is in place and it is securely mounted in good condition. I'm going to check all my mirror mounts also to make sure that they're securely fastened. There's no damage. There's no loose bolts. And all 4 of those are in good condition. I'm going to check my stairwell to make sure that my steps don't have any tears in them, that the guards are in place, there's no missing bolts, and that they're in good condition. I'm also going to check the doors to make sure the doors are opening and closing freely. The hinges are working well. We don't have any cracks or breaks in our windows, and that they're securely fastened. I'm going to check our handles in the stairwell to make sure that they're securely fastened. There's no bolts missing, in good condition. We're going to check our aisleway to make sure there's no tears in the aisle itself, that it's in good condition and free of any debris. We have 2 emergency exits on the roof of the bus that open up and out. Do you want me to open those?
No, thanks.
In addition to these 2 fire exits, we have 4 window fire exits. I would check them all the same. We're making sure that the hinges are working properly, they open properly, and the alarm is sounding properly, and it securely latches. We also want to make sure that our seats are securely fastened, both top and bottom, and we would check all of our seats to make sure that they're fastened appropriately.